Well, it's Sunday, September 10th,
Yes.
and it's raining because if you don't know what the weather is around here, it's raining. It's always raining. Christoph said in the last couple clips, I don't know if it's going to be part of this video or not, but he's got a bunch of crap to change on this. This winter, they did go through it.
No, we didn't go through this.
Oh, was that last winter?
That
No, you went through.
We just sharpened
the sharpening wasn't working. They fixed that this winter, but they didn't do any other work. And they gotta fix some more stuff. We're gonna get the corn head ready because this big drum likes to slip. It was doing it 2 years ago when we last used it. It would slip. What?
It was spin.
Well, it'd spin, but it wouldn't bring in any corn. The clutches gotta get repacked or redone. You can see that we don't have the nose on there. We got sick of fixing them because honestly, it doesn't need to be that big. So we just made a little point because all the new corn heads have that. So
You should tell that that's the best way to do it.
it is the best way. I don't know if you heard Christoph. This right here, if you have the same head, just do this. Make it tiny and make it into a triangle, and it's the best thing because you can't jam it into the ground.
As soon as the other one falls off, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah. I think you heard him, but as soon as this one falls off, we're doing the same thing. I don't think you can do it to the center one because you need that one.
Yes.
But those two right there, none of the new big heads have them. Just make them short. It's
Even
cheaper.
on the newer ones,
They don't have the side.
the sides are small too, just little ones.
Yeah, but these ones really haven't given us a
No.
big issue. It's always these long
Yes.
dinkers right here.
I'm just gonna hose this up so I can pull it back inside and open it up. I want to turn it on so I can make sure everything spins at least.
You know, we pressure washed it, but
Not very good.
not good enough, that's for sure. But anyways, on this, we got the hood open. The truck is losing power throughout the day, slowly. We've had it drops 2 gears pulling hills. By the end of the day, it loses that much power. It slowly does it, so you don't notice until you're losing gears, but it's getting worse. So we're gonna change the fuel filters and we're gonna run it for a little while, and hopefully that does it. It only has one fuel filter because it just had the engine job 2 years ago, so that should be all good. But I'm guessing it's fuel related, maybe the air filter too, but I don't think that's that bad shape. But we'll see. I got a new filter here, and this one, she's losing the paint, which can mean nothing, but it can also mean it hasn't been changed in forever, because I actually don't know the last time this one got changed, the fuel filter. So we're gonna do that and go from there. And he is a 1/4 inch of a turn going at that. Oh, you finished.
I'm done. I'm gonna pull this inside.
We're not putting corn knives in this.
No.
This doesn't get corn knives because,
It's not gonna do that much cool.
yeah. We do put corn knives in the big chopper, but then it's done for grass until they come out. Or if it's the second year of corn knives, then we'll chop some grass in them because they're junk anyways after, and that just finishes the life on them. So we're changing the filter, and I was gonna put the new one on, and I just found this.
Is it a Halls wrapper? Or some kind
This
of
does not come with diesel fuel for some reason. But that was coming out of the supply line.
You should check before we go crazy.
Maybe blow it back or something.
Oh, I feel more. So yeah.
Right.
Well, before I get out why she
Oh,
doesn't run.
There's crap.
Well, blow it back and
Look at that.
oh yeah, there's more stuff.
That's wood. Or maybe plastic.
Maybe she'll have like twice the power now.
Yeah.
She's gonna smoke like a mule.
We had that with Alex's truck once.
Yeah, so Alex once, she didn't put the fuel cap back on her truck once.
No.
And Christoph decided...
No, I didn't decide. I didn't do it by purpose.
Oh, but he did. He missed the truck because where she was with the chopper chopping grass and full pipe right into the diesel tank with no cap on it. So we, for a year, had a fuel problem because we couldn't get the grass out.
Yeah.
Until we took it off, pumped it out, dumped it, drained it.
All the separated valves underneath the
it was
cab.
horrible on that truck.
The ECM got plugged, I think.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna say this is our...
Yeah, because on those trucks, the ECM gets cooled by the fuel line.
Yes.
So there's fuel that goes through the ECM. That's why he was saying that the ECM got plugged too.
We're gonna blow this out a little bit because I don't feel any more, but that was our problem, Chris.
Now we got twice the power.
Horsepower, baby. I just got the fuel filter on. I did, before I put that on, put compressed air through the tank and had it pushing fuel out. So if there was anything else that I couldn't reach right there on that 90, it pushed it out. I didn't see anything because I was over there, but should have fixed everything and anything that was left in there. That is 100% giving us our starting issue. That is two huge pieces of plastic. How that got in there, I don't know. I mean, easily through the fuel tank, but kind of sucks. But it is what it is. And I haven't started it yet. Now, filter's full, and we'll see how good it starts. Well, better than I expected. I'll build a little bit of air up, and we'll be good to go. I'm gonna go take that truck for a couple mile drive, get it hot, working. Christoph is working on this now. I have 2 years ago, I did a video on fully switching this over to a corn. These older choppers are definitely more work. Yeah. Compared to the really new ones, it's crazy how much more work it is, but you know, she's bought and paid for. Now, how many hours does this thing have?
This thing is actually 7,400 hours.
So 7,400 hours. So basically, to put the processor in, you got to pull the whole cutter drum system off.
But there's still a lot of these out there.
Oh, I know there's still a lot, but I'm just saying it's still a process. So you got to pull the big main drive belt off. You take a big pipe, you stick it on one of the grooves here, you put it on this tightener, and you slowly compress this up when it's shut off. Yeah, I gotta do it. I know you gotta do it with ours too, but on this one, so you pry this up, you chain up the tightener, and then you can take the belt off over here. On ours, we do it because we switch the belts over from snaplage and corn. We have and grass, because we have a specific set of belts we have for snaplage because it's so known for chewing up belts.
Wow, Pacific, they're just old junky.
Yeah, it's specific belts we have for that are junk, because they get cut up. So it doesn't take a crazy amount of torque for snaplage, but the kernels get in them and it chews them up, so they're pretty beat up. And if you run grass and corn with those beat up ones, it'll blow them up. But for snaplage, it doesn't matter, so we just run the same belts for that. But that's the other chopper anyways. So he is now working on getting these C-clamps open. That right there that you see the grease fitting on, he's got the bolt out. Those are gonna open up. He has jacks on right now. They make special skid pads that you put ball jacks on. We don't use those anymore. We just use 2 Napa special jacks. And it works. Yeah, you gotta be careful, but you gotta be careful. Whoa, careful anyways. It's not something to mess around with the weight. But yeah, he's working on that. Maybe he'll record something while I'm gone. Probably not. And yeah. I just got back. I'm driving the Freightliner. That thing's good. It actually does have a little bit more power again, which I'd hope for being plugged. But that's done. So Christoph didn't record anything like I said he probably wouldn't. So he got these right here, opened and everything else out of the way. And then he got it backed out.
I'll do it off a little bit.
He did a bit of blowing. He's good at that. Anyway, he went and got the processor. That was in the other shop. That's a brand new panel basically.
Yep.
The other one was see-through. So the processor is going to come in right here, and we'll go from there.
Once this is done, I'll work on the corn head, and probably got a day of work on that. By the time you get all the panels off, so you can change the fucking clutch packs.
They suck. They truly suck.
You got one underneath.
Yep.
One or two? Yeah, one underneath.
We're definitely glad with the new head. A lot less maintenance on those. They definitely improved. He brought the processor up with the 86. It was in the other shop. And we got that in here somewhat. You gotta push it up and then you gotta crank it up with the hand crank. Once it's up, you gotta put these shitty brackets in, and you gotta do it after it's kind of in place, even though you don't think you should, but you'll never get it in if you bolt it on first. So those go in after it's up in the place.
Maybe if you're here, you can maybe push this over and make it a little bit easier.
We'll hold that over for him. So he's gonna put that in, bolt it on. He's got it bolted on. You put the belt on while it's picked up, and then you drop. He just dropped it down now. Do you have it latched underneath it?
Yeah, I'm working on that right now.
Well, he's gonna lock it in underneath. We haven't used the old girl in 2 years for the corn, but
I still remember most of it.
I hope. But she'll chop some corn this year.
Some of the pasture stuff.
Yeah, some of the corn ooh, that was nice. Some of the corn stuff we added this year that the ground's not perfectly level enough yet, and just rougher terrain. We'll just have the little chopper go do it.
Yes. Here, close this.
And we'll go from there. We're gonna put some air in this tire. But first we gotta blow it on the bead. It was driving today. It probably got a hole or something, but I don't know where it's leaking from. So we're gonna put air in it. Maybe we can find it. The front tires are running low on life. This one's a lot worse than this one. The back two are new. They both exploded basically. But then we gotta put new back ones on it. But we're gonna run it until they die. That's our thing. And then we'll go from there. But I gotta put air in that. We put some sand in the bucket so it weighed less and didn't destroy this back tire when we drove it here. Yeah, we're gonna do this again. I tried it earlier, but I didn't have a good igniting tool. We lost some arm hair about 5 minutes ago. But we'll try it again. Go on. No good. No, I'm not bending. Didn't pump enough air in there. There. Almost burnt more hair. We gave up on the tire because I hate skid steer tires and they don't go on, and it has a leak anyway, so we're just going to send it out when we get this tire new. Since it's going to be down for a while, a couple of days, we'll get a new tire, maybe both front ones, and we'll get that one fixed. And it looks like this one's leaking too now because it's soft. So someone ran over something because these ones are still air. I did dump out the sand. Christoph is putting that back on. Let's move this before he runs over the creeper. That way he can start working on the head. So this is going to be down for a while because it has an oil leak. Just found this. The cap has no more rubber. It's all gone, so that's why that looks like that. So we got to get a new cap coming. It has the filter is leaking, and then what's not leaking on this? Is that what you're gonna say? There's actually only two things leaking, but it has a big leak here on the drive pumps or the tandem pumps. This steel shim right here, camera don't pick it up. about once a year that thing likes to go. And we gotta slide the cab off, or the cage, and take the tandem pump apart and get that new one in there. It is a horrible design because it always goes. But it's leaking way too much oil. So we're gonna fix those two things and get the tires fixed. Now Christoph is driving this back on. He has an air jack and the normal Napa jack. So he's pushing that back on, the C-clamp.
Yeah. This one falls off, we're doing the same thing with that.
Yeah. And then once he has it back on, he'll start working on the drums and checking gearboxes if they're all good.
Worked last time I used it. This is my chopper.
Your chopper.
Until the other one breaks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I gotta pull that back bolt off both sides here. On the front here, I pulled the inside ones that are right there on both sides, and I just pulled these off, which run the driving forwards and backwards. Pulled both those off. Now I just gotta pull the electrical off, that right there, but I can use a flathead to kind of get it moving. And then should be able to slide it, because yeah, normally you'd have to open this up and take the cable off of the parking brake, but over the years, and what does this have? Hours. This is the newer one. 21,060 hours. This is actually the new one. The other one's at like 39,000 hours or 38,000. That kind of stuff breaks over time. No more parking brake internally. Anyways, I think it ripped out the housing, so we just had to weld it shut. But anyways, yeah, we'll get it coming. It sounds a lot better than it has in the past. We've had times... What? No, we fixed it up pretty good and then only used it a handful the last couple of years. Yeah, a couple of years. Last year we didn't even pull it out. We didn't pull it out mainly because we knew that one was bad and we just didn't get to want to fix it. This one's bad because this one takes in the most corn because it's always a full row. We like to only chop 5 rows at a time, even though it's a 6-row head, because it's easier on the chopper. So that's why that drum we don't really have as many problems with. And then the little ones, they're smaller drums, they give us less issues. What? There's no brakes on those blades, so they take a long time to slow down. But yeah, once it's done, we gotta take all this crap off, take that black plug off right here, and then it is a pain to get it yanked up, but we gotta take the drum off, and then fix the clutch packs that are in there.
Maybe if I do these two on that.
The little two? Since we haven't done them in years.
Just change them.
Those ones fine?
You got everything.
We're gonna run it. Well, I gotta pull this battery cover out. I got it.
Stops up good enough? 2 cranks. Where the fuck was that? It was my birthday present from like 2 years ago. I forgot it in my room. Now we got a new booster. Oh, Jesus.
It's a delayed birthday present that he's...
Christmas present from 2 years ago.
From 2 years ago?
Yep.
Don't charge her up. Start something small.
Kind of small. Yeah.
We dropped the cable, the charger. So yeah, this is the battery cover / foot mount, or foot thing, but you'll pull that out too, otherwise it gets stuck on you when you're pulling it.
Everything else unhooked?
Yes, except for the wires. I gotta get in there when it's...
Cables? Are these?
Oh yeah, I gotta do that too. Oil leaks, we're gonna fix them. No, I did forget these. I gotta pull these two off. And then I can't get that right here, so once it's half out, I'm gonna get in there with a plier. I got the throttle cable off. I forgot about it, but got these off, and once it's back a little, I'll get in there and be able to pry on it. First, I've got a bar. Just look at this crud buildup. It's been a long time since we opened this. I don't want to say it's overdue, because I never want to open it, but I gotta go more until that wire's more.
Oh, you got power here. What? Why the fuck is this live power?
Where?
I don't know, I just sparked. Must be something.
Wow.
We got sparky sparks.
Yeah, we got sparky sparks.
Trying to make it spark again. Is it right here?
Oh, right there.
What was that?
Right there. Look at that fucking thing.
Ooh.
The main power source is.
That's because if this fuse right here goes, she won't start on you. Look at that.
I'll fix that.
Maybe that's why sometimes it wouldn't start for Keith. Huh.
There's a chance.
Because sometimes we could never figure it out because that's tucked in underneath there and that fuse is never blown. It just wouldn't start, but maybe it's because that wire got twisted from bouncing. I don't know, but
Wow, fucking corroded already. It's
I know. I had some brand new wiring harness about 6 years ago. I put a new one. You gotta be easier on it. I couldn't get it from in there because my hands were so pinched together, so I figured we'd pull it out. But yeah, we'll have to put some corrosion stuff in here. Because the old wiring harness was falling apart. We had to wire it together and it was horrible.
Yard, and I texted Keith, he
Look at this guy hammering. My mom made some pizza. So yeah, Keith's running the other skid steer tomorrow for feeding. And that one has 38 or 39,000 hours, but she still goes strong when needed.
This one's 27 or 17?
21. But this one is definitely due for an engine job because in the winter, it will burn your eyes in the grain shed because it doesn't like the cold.
I don't think we ever did a familiar.
We've never done an engine job to it, and it had never had one before us. We bought it around 7,000, was it 5,000 hours? We bought it, what?
5.8.
5,800. So they never had an engine job before us, and the secret is don't do oil changes.
Oh, that's the secret about it.
That's our technique.
No, it gets an oil change.
Yeah, not enough. The feeding equipment does not get enough oil changes. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. It's a lot of idling. So
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's the same as if you're running it.
Because not even a doubt that they get 1,000 hours before an oil change.
Yeah.
Not that it wants to. We like to do them around 500, 400, 500. But the feeding equipment can climb quick.
In the summer we try to turn them off, but winter time it's kind of hard.
It's in the winter when that shit's cold. It's better to let the machines run, because like the oil's cooling off, then you're warming it back up, then you're cooling it off. It's just let it be warm. But yes, we don't do enough oil changes on the feed equipment, 100%. But then you look at the feeding equipment. Feeding equipment all has 20,000, 30,000 on the one. The payloader has 30,000. The other feed tractor's almost 30,000. What? On what? The loader's at 30,000. We bought the payloader with 18,000 hours, and now it's at 30,000. The other feed tractor, I guess, isn't at 30. It's at 29,600 or something. The spare one's at 18,000. But yes, we don't do them often enough, but at the same time, they're running these high hour numbers. Now someone's gonna say, oh, they'd run even more than that if we did more oil changes, but yeah, maybe it's just because it's older equipment and they're champs and they're troopers. Ooh, I see we have a little bit of a leaky deaky here. That's coming from the valve cover right there. We gotta do one valve cover, Christoph, maybe two, both inside ones. Yep, valve cover's leaking. We have those here. They're all the same. So we got this opened. like I was showing. Man, there's some cleaning to do in here. These are the drive motors, and it's packed. This is all grain. We haven't opened this up in a long time. Look at that grease.
That means she ran. Until now. I mean, she ran for a long time with no
What
problem.
you just said makes exact sense. It ran until now.
She ran for a long time.
I actually have it on, wrote down on the last time we had it opened up and did this, so I'll have to look up how many hours it was. But yeah, we'll get that.
I think I ordered the pot.
And then we'll get that done. And then we'll do that. We'll clean it out since it's overdue. The only nice thing with it being that packed is none of the hoses are wiggling anymore. So there's no rubbing of leaking.
Definitely been quite a while, actually.
So that's the one nice thing of that, but it's due for a good cleaning. Yesterday, I was cleaning on it for an hour, and then I had another half hour this morning to finish it up. But we got her cleaned out. That entire skid steer underneath is packed. But we got her clean. Everything's moving freely again under there. And yeah, Christoph just ordered the sealed this morning. Hopefully it's here tomorrow or the next day. And then we'll be able to change it right away. It's this little steel thing right here. You can see now that it's been sitting all day, it still was leaking without even it running. So we'll get that changed. I don't think there's any hoses leaking, because those were all done last time. So it should be good. So on this truck, while we got it apart, we're gonna put a new clutch in it, since we see cracks in the pads, or in the discs in there. The bearing, the throwout bearing, not throw, yes, throwout bearing.
No, it's not.
Oh no, the input. Whatever.
He even said what it was.
We're changing the throwout bearing too. That's why I'm saying that. But we're changing all that, and they're changing the clutch brake. And my gosh, I forgot the name of this. But we're changing this bearing too because yeah, I can get it to spin sometimes. Right now, I can't get it to spin. She doesn't seem good. So we're doing that, and the part on the transmission, other than the synchros, is like a $10 part, but you got to strip the whole thing down. So that's what sucks about that transmission job. But that'll be fixed. It's at Valancourt. They're gonna do the synchros and that. Well, on my tank, did I record this? I don't know. Alex was running it last week or something, and we were nursing into it, and they managed to catch this blinker on the nurse thing for one of the dealer trucks, and it twisted it down, so I had to take a pipe and twist it back. That was all that was wrong with it. And then I gotta drive it back down. But on the dump wagon, not dump wagon, on the dump trailer, the folding sideboard, some reason the center pin that we use right there to lock it when it's folded up disappeared. And it was on there when we folded it down. It was put back on there. It must have just wiggled so much it disappeared, but it's no longer with us. So I had Christoph get another one of these, and then I gotta show you. These are just, I gotta make a bolt, that's all it was, and put up one of these in it. But anyways, this, Christoph noticed this when he was getting them, because he didn't know what length to get, but one is a 1/4 inch by 2 inch long. That's this one. This one, it's made by the same company, is a 1/4 inch by 2 3/4. So you would think that or 1 3/4, I mean. So you would think the 2 inches longer, but not in this, not in this world. I don't know who's we're gonna. Christoph, you wanna hold this so I can take them out of the bag? This is important information, people.
Want me to turn it towards you?
I was trying to set it down, but I didn't have a magnet. So this was the 2 inch, and then this is the 1 3/4. Now one's silver and one's kind of colored. Maybe that's the reason. But 2 inch looks shorter than 1 3/4. That's just stupid. You get more than you paid for.
Did. The shorter one costed more.
But they're the same. Maybe this one's stronger.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's just stupid. Little shit.
I'm gonna put that mud flap on.
Yeah, and we gotta put one mud flap on. Ferdy ripped it off. He backed too far up to the grass bunk when dumping. It's right there. And yeah, ripped it off. Yeah, we can pull it in more. So I'm gonna make that real quick and we'll keep going. He's got the corn head torn apart a good amount, and there's clutch discs right there that are on it that are wore out, slipping. So on the center ones, even though they weren't slipping, but they must have slipped enough to show wear now, so we'll show that too. The trailer's done. I got that pin made because I didn't record doing any of it, but it's pretty simple. I had to grind the pin tip a little bit, the threads off, and made the pin through. I could show you. Because it's not exactly perfect, the threads had to come off. That way it slips in and out easy. Otherwise you gotta mess with it because they catch, because these are just nuts, so it would catch on those. And that's all it does to hold it on. That's done. And then I put the other mud flap on. Well, I put the mud flap back on. Just cut where it tore, drill new holes, and put them back in. So she's good. This thing's all ready. I do gotta go get a load of sawdust with it now. Maybe I'll record that, I'm not sure. But I gotta go get a load in a little bit. Yeah, the shop was clean, Christoph. And we took in 4 pieces of machinery. That's the worst, but it looks like hell already. But I guess I could show the corn head. Christoph has been puttering along on this.
Yeah, lift this thing off some parts.
Yep. So these are the clutch packs. Well, I don't have the old ones of these, but the old ones on the little ones are slipped and they're all junk. And then these are actually the springs that compress it. And on both the drums, they're snapped.
This one, this one, this one, all
4. They're all 4 are snapped, and the same with the other one right there. And then hopefully that one's not.
I have that one.
Oh, you do have the big one. So the big and little drums are different sizes for the parts. So he's wiggling it with a rod. He was lifting on it, and I was bouncing this bar off right here. Okay, I can't do this with one hand, but you can see the shit show that we're dealing with. Try getting that out.
Yeah, like a pole in there, probably.
Yeah, we don't have one. No. We do it the hard and difficult way.
Normally, if you did it, it's not bad, but we haven't done it in 3-4 years now. So.
We got it out. So what we did is we sprayed WD-40 into the center hole. This guy right here. Didn't really want to do it because then you get all the discs full of lube, but we're changing them anyway, so it's not a big deal. And then he jammed a bar in right here as tight as he could between the knives and the drum, and then it tilted it all the way this way, and then you can only bounce it until this hits here, the guide, and then I took another bar and I was bouncing off this, and that little bit of wiggling got it loose enough. We turned the radio down so I can have this on for a little bit more, but we're pulling it out this way so we don't have to take these guides off.
Yeah.
And when you do it that way, these get caught in here, so you just gotta ram it out with a bar and let her have it. But we're gonna lift it off. Maybe the camera will pick it up. I have no clue. So the goal is not to have any of the kids come up here while all these spike death wheels are here, because they like to touch shit.
Change it.
So that is off now. wherever you put the old disc. I guess I can show the this is the big one.
Which one was it?
This one ain't even that bad. But that's a little wore. You can see the rust build up. But the ones that were really bad are the center ones. And wherever he put the other stuff. There's some more stuff. Those ones were really stripped. Or split. So he put new dogs on this, or no, new cleaners. So those right there. That cleans trash away. There's one on both sides on every drum. One on both sides. He's gonna change those ones too while it's off. You have to clean your window after.
I'm not stopping.
Birdie's gonna have to clean the window. But yeah, we have all the parts for this one, so this should be back on today. And we had to order those two.
I'll just clean it and put it back together.
And we'll go from there. And then we'll have one chopper ready for corn. Well, we're here at the wood plant. And Josh has, I don't know what he's got going on here. He's got a lot of wood. That's not the normal logs. Basically, if you got anything that's wood, he's probably buying it. But yeah. I saw he was trucking stuff the last couple days. But he's moving out of my way. He has so much here. He's got the loading bay blocked off, which is fine. He's got the high lift buckets. So I'm just gonna load over here on a cement pad, and he's making way for me.
Gotta be wild. It's kind of a fucking mess.
Well, we're here with Josh. He's loading me today. It's been a while since I recorded anything here. But he seems like a very busy man lately.
Yeah, we got rid of the shaving equipment, so we've been taking all that out. That way we can concentrate 100% on wood pellets.
He's got his beast here grinding up. That's sawmill wood. I said earlier I saw you hauling, but I didn't know what the hell you were bringing in. The last couple of days I just see Josh hammering it down the road, hauling 18-wheeler loads of this stuff.
We got like 30 loads of it.
30 loads? See, I came by earlier, but this space right here was a little occupied. Well, I'm loaded. Josh just did a bunch of grinding for tomorrow. He's making a pile of pre-sawdust, and then he's gonna grind it one more time through there because this stuff wasn't able to go through his chipper. He normally chips it, then runs it through that, and then it goes through and dries it, but that material wasn't going through the chipper, so he's gotta run it through that twice. And then it'll be good, but we're gonna head home. I gotta make sure not to catch the tire on the cement curve because that's new cement, and we'll be good. We're in the process of putting this old here back on. We are doing it without taking this off because we don't want to snap more bolts. So the problem is trying to line up this stuff. Yes, so we got it in.
Yeah, push them on.
Yeah, you're good. We got it. So the biggest problem was, I don't want to put my finger in there. I'll use this. So this right here was catching on these little teeth, but every 3 teeth there's a 2-inch gap. So you have to line that up, and then you have to pry up on these bottom ones. But after he was pushing and I was using the bar, we got it in, and now he just had to wiggle it on the rest of the way. So you gotta do a little bit of manhandling and wiggling. Just doing that saves you time by not pulling extra stuff off.
Is that the one from down there?
Well,
That hose?
no.
But yeah, it's doable. It just takes a little extra work. No, we got it together. These parts we've had for years and years. Like, they had dust on them. Those two for the center that he just ordered are $900 a piece.
Yes, crazy.
He bought that years ago.
I want to say it was like $500-600. I'm not sure anymore.
Should have bought them all. That's for sure, because prices are ridiculous now, and honestly, too much. But yeah, it's crazy how the part hasn't changed since then, but the price sure has. But yeah, this drum will be done today, and then we'll just be waiting on those 2 parts, and then she technically is ready to go. So at least 1 chopper is good. And then we're thinking about 2 weeks from making this video to be starting corn. It's slowly going back together, and I got the 1840 here, looking like a car you leave unattended in the city. Just all the tires off. That one's flat, probably has a hole in it. That one's going soft, and that one has a couple more months in it. But since we're not gonna change, it's fine if it's just the front or the back that are flat because it doesn't teeter side to side. But since we gotta replace this one, since it's down anyways, we're gonna do both. That way it doesn't rock. And honestly, there's not much life left in her. So they're all gonna go down to George Woods tomorrow. And then that's not everything that was underneath the skid steer, but that's as much as I could get out with a shovel while the tires were on there. Good pile. We're ending the video. So it is dark out. It's probably 8 something.
Yeah, I think.
I was doing stuff, just nothing that no one wants to watch.
Exactly. That's like how our life is right now.
You want to watch me put a floor in a house?
Yeah. Ferdy's doing some housework in a house, and nobody wants. That's like watching paint dry, but there he's watching a floor get put in. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Till the next one.
Look at this.